Good morning. It's Window Shopping Wednesday. I'm Melissa,
And I'm Jessi.
and we are here to share some brand new books. And I've got actually a few backlist bumps to talk about today, too. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with some board books. Now, I'm the teen librarian, but I have a little one at home, so board books are still very much our reality. And one of our favorites are Leslie Petroselli. You can usually tell it's hers from the size, the color, and that absolutely adorable baby. These are all brand new, never been checked out. This is No, No, Yes, Yes. We've got Doggy Gets Scared. We've got Mad, Mad, Mad. And Binky. We've never had a Binky at our house, and I'm kind of grateful for that. But let us know through Librarian's Choice if you want to get your hands on some of these brand new Leslie Petrosellis. And then I think you had a board book too.
Yeah, I also have a board book. So this one is called My Favorite Color by Erin Becker. And I'm a sucker for board books that have like different textures and different interactive things. So I thought this one was really cool because it's about colors, but there's all these little windows on them that as you peel them back, the colors change, and you could hold it up to like a light fixture and look through them.
Or window.
Yep.
Super cool.
So yeah, I just thought this was pretty colorful for these winter months.
Beautiful. I love that. All right, what else do we have today?
And then
I move to picture books.
Sure, yeah, we can do picture books. So I have two picture books today. The first one is called Weekend Dad by Nassim Harab. And it's about a child whose family recently went through a divorce and going to his dad's new apartment for the first time. So it's really, I think, something I could relate to growing up, and I think it's a good book for anyone that may be going through this currently. And then my second book is called Lubaya's Quiet Roar by Marilyn Nelson. And it's about a girl who's pretty quiet, but has a lot of really important thoughts that she wants to share with the world. So she learns how to express herself through art and sees how that can be used to speak her truth and fight for social justice.
Very, very cool. I like that a lot. All right, I'm going to move these board books, and I'm going to get into what I like to call backlist bumps. And this is where there's an old book. This is Peak by Roland Smith. This came out quite a long time ago. It is about a boy who is training to climb Mount Everest. And he goes with his dad on this great adventure to do this. And along the way, he realizes that his dad is actually sort of using him to manipulate the press and to kind of piggyback on his fame because he would be the youngest person to do this. And then there's also a book in between, or maybe two books in between. And then we come to Descent. And this just hit our shelves in December. And I really like this series because it's totally appropriate for those like middle grade tweens that are not quite ready for most of the teen department, but this is an excellent, excellent choice for that. So I love that one.
My sister actually read this book when she was young, and she still talks about it to this day.
It's a great adventure story, and it's a really good like kid sort of owning his own like story and figuring out how to deal with a dad who's kind of using him a little bit. Next backlist bump that I really am so excited about. Kristen Kishore came out with the Graceling series. I believe the first one came out in 2008 or 2009. And there's Fire, and then this is Bitter Blue. You can read them actually in any order. They're all related stories. You will recognize characters between them, but excuse me, you don't have to read them in the order she wrote them. Winterkeep, brand new to this fantasy world. and introduces a new village and a new part of the world that we aren't exposed to yet. And this is actually in my car right now. I'm ready to start listening to it. Excuse me. Again, that's Kristen Kishore, Winter Keep. And then finally, oh, excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. We have a brand new book from Alan Wolfe. This is called The Snow Fell, 3 Graves Deep. And this is a book of poetry all about the Donner Party and getting stuck between 1846 and 1847 and surviving. And what I love about it is that it is based on a true experience. There is a super awesome map that shows their path that they took. And some of the poems are longer, some of them are short, some of them have different ways that they're portrayed on the page. There are some illustrations, and they are all from different points of view. And that is very similar to his other book called The Watch That Ends the Night, and this is the story of the Titanic. What I love about this is that you can actually go through and read just one person's experience, including the rat. There's a rat that tells his story. You can go through and read the rat's experience as the water's rushing in, as things are getting cold, as it doesn't know where to go. Like he has such a unique view of writing things. So I wanted to highlight both of those.
I like the size of those books too. They're unique.
They're satisfying for sure. What else do you have for us?
And now I have a middle grade book called Serena Says by Tanita S. Davis. And it is about a girl named Serena who is kind of going through a rough patch in her friendship. And she expresses herself through a video blog. But the catch is she never publishes any of the videos that she makes. And so she kind of becomes obsessed with editing them and perfecting them. And she starts to think about, wow, what could this be like if I could do this with all the conversations in my life? So she's just trying to navigate a friendship and learn that sometimes you just grow apart from people. And so I think this is a pretty nice book for middle grade readers.
That sounds really fascinating. I'm going to leave my other middle grade up with yours, and I'm going to move on to some brand new teen stuff. This is something I am absolutely super pumped to read myself. It's actually probably going to go home with me, but we'll see. If you get a Librarian's Choice in, I'll let you have it first. It's called Elazzo, and it is by Darcy Little Badger. And it is an alternate reality. So it takes place in America, and it's very similar to our own, but it's been shaped by magic, and in particular, magic that is part of Indigenous stories. And excuse me, I just find that concept so fascinating. It's been getting reviewed very, very positively, and I'm really, really excited to read this one.
I might have to read it after you.
And the cover is just gorgeous because you can see the different spirits that are running over the cover as well.
It's really pretty. It sounds kind of like magical realism.
Magical realism,
Yeah.
exactly. And then to take it a totally different direction, I have a couple of Black History Month highlights from our nonfiction team. This is Separate No More, and it is the story leading up to Brown versus Board of Education. So important piece of history, especially to highlight this month. And, you know, whenever things are written for younger people, I think that they do a really great job at breaking things up with images and just telling a story in a really interesting way, even though it's something we all should know about, like already. It's a great way to introduce it. And then this one is not as new. This came to our shelves in October, but I'm really excited about this. It's short biographies of people of color who are protecting our planet. It's called One Earth. And so each short chapter highlights another person of color who's working on saving the planet. And I just think that's such a great story to tell.
I like that it's a contemporary perspective too, because history is being made as we speak.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. And it's being told in this book. So
that's awesome.
That's pretty exciting. So you have something cool to share too.
So I'm really excited about these. It's a newer format called a Wonder Book, and so we have quite a few of them at the library. We're always getting more. And what I really like about them is that they kind of act as an audiobook in terms that there is, like, you can read the entire story through audio, but then you also have the physical book so you can interact with the pictures. So I'm just going to turn one of them on here so you can kind of see. Probably should have read the directions. It says wait 5 seconds.
Welcome to Wonderbook. You are in read along mode. To get started, press the orange play button now.
Oh, that's so
It's time
neat.
to read along.
So yeah, you'll just read along,
To the title page.
and sometimes there is music included
Each
as
time
well.
you hear,
And it like walks you through how to do it, so it's something that even a really young person would be able to navigate.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But yeah, the music's a fun element as well.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Well, that's great. And we have quite a few of these now. And you can place them on hold if you find one that you are really interested in, but it's checked out. And you can always click the Librarian's Choice button on our website and send us a message. Let us know what you want. Be specific. It helps us out in picking out great items for your family. And it's really fun for us to do. Librarian's Choice is really it's a great way for us to connect right now. You have anything else for us, Jessi?
Hope everyone is staying dry and healthy during this wet week.
All right. Well, thanks very much for joining us today. Bye-bye.
Bye.